And we are back with another edition of From the Compound and from the Big Easy. We are back at it. We are doing just fine. We got 3 players to break down, and boy, Brian, man, you know, I'm just going down PFF's list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, this is their order of who they think is from best to worst.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like this group of 3 better than the last group of 3.
I would say there is some truth to that. And now I'll tell you what, I did like the Toledo defensive tackle, though.
I like him a lot, but everybody else in his crew,
not so much. Well, the tight end, Miami tight end.
The tight end was good, but the edge wasn't. Okay.
Right, yeah.
All right, but this crew. Let me tell you why I say this though, because I think I got a sleeper in this crew. I think I actually think I got 2 sleepers. I got 2 sleepers that with small adjustments, positionally, and as long as they're in the right situation and scheme, I think they'll be fantastic, Brian. Brian, we got 3 guys, man. We got Anthony Belton from North Carolina State.
You do?
Mello Dotson, cornerback from Kansas, and Jordan Phillips from Maryland. East-West Shrine Bowl guy. That's 2 East-West Shrine Bowl guys and a Senior Bowl guy. If you had to guess, Brian, go ahead and rank them guys for me. This the best part of the show we do when you rank the guys that you think I like the most.
This is going to be, it's not a gamble because I think I know this one.
Okay.
Phillips, the defensive tackle, 1.
Okay.
Dotson, the corner, 2.
Okay.
Belton, the tackle, 3.
Jordan Phillips is my 3rd favorite player of these guys, Brian.
Ooh.
I have him in the 4th.
Okay.
My guy in the middle is Anthony Belton, and I'll tell you why. Anthony Belton, I have him also in the 4th, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
This kid Dotson, this Mello Dotson kid, Brian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I got him at the top of the 3rd.
And you know what? I think I'm an effing coward. I think I am an effing coward on this kid.
Let's talk about Mello Dotson from Kansas, Brian.
Man, I am such a coward. Okay, let me tell you where I had him.
Please.
Dotson in the 4th.
Okay.
Phillips in the 4th.
Okay.
Belton in the 5th.
Okay.
Is where I had him.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, with Dotson, I had him underneath Harrison from Kentucky in the 3rd at one time.
Okay.
And then I'm like, man, I don't know. Usually your first crack at it is your right crack at it, or the correct one.
Yep.
I think I went a coward move and put him in the 4th. I got him ahead of Alexander from LSU.
Brian, but I have him in the 3rd, Brian, but I think teams will have him in the 4th.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's 190 pounds.
Yeah.
And maybe because I'm not sure if he's going to run real fast.
Yep.
But Brian, let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
That kid get picks.
He is around the ball a lot.
That kid can read. He can read the eyes of the quarterback.
He can. He sure can.
He can anticipate routes, Bryan Broaddus. And you know, when we talk about corners, scheme matters the most. So if you ask him to go out there and be a man cover guy, in which he's done it a bunch.
Yeah.
If you ask him to be a man cover guy, that probably won't be to the best of his abilities.
No.
But Brian, when he's in cover 2 playing the flats, and he get the pass guys along and ride and hit pockets and all that kind of stuff and bat ball, he's good at that. Or if he gets to float back in cover 3, and he turns into a free safety basically, and he gets to find the ball in the air, he does so well reading the eyes of the quarterback. Iowa State crazy little pick in there. Colorado, and those Colorado kids, they got receivers over there.
They do.
Brian, BYU tried him on a.
They tried him.
On a little back shoulder fade. They tried him on a little back shoulder fade.
Yeah.
And Brian, one thing I love about corners is if they naturally find the football in the air.
Yep.
This dude naturally finds the football in the air. Now, Brian, he don't want to tackle nobody. He'll do it.
He wants to trip you. He wants to trip you more than he wants to tackle you.
He'll get down there on them ankles. But what the hell is coaching for? Build a culture around him. Teach him how to wrap up. Whatever you got to do. Brian, he's willing. He just don't want to. But Brian, I think as a takeaway guy, as a pass deflection guy, zone cover corner. If you're a team that plays cover 2 and cover 3, Tampa 2, anything like that, I think he's on the money. I got him at the top of the 3rd round. I got him over Harrison and our guy Porter, but I got him under our guy Thomas from Florida State. But Thomas is in the 2nd round. But I got Dotson at the top of the 3rd just because he gets picks and he finds the ball so naturally, Brian.
I got him at the top of the 4th, but I like what you've done there. He is a super active corner with ball skills.
Yep.
There's no question about that. You can play him in both zone and you can play him in man. He's going to find ways to make plays. He plays with awareness. He plays with leverage. His footwork, his pedal, I think are good. I think he does a really good job of getting that foot in the ground and coming forward when he has to.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can drive on the ball. He has the length in order to knock the ball away or go high in the air to pull it down.
Yep.
I think he tracks it especially well in those deep routes. Aggressive when it comes to playing the run. He'll take on blockers. He will get in on the play, but he tends to go low as a tackler. He will try and trip you up more than he will try and wrap you up. Yep. So I didn't think he was the strongest guy. I don't think he has much bulk to his frame. I got him at 190 pounds is what I've got him at. His time speed, I said in my notes, will tell the story on him. Not a blazer, but moves and runs well enough. I didn't see a twitchy guy, but the awareness, the anticipation really helped the overall game. Yeah. His ball skills are top shelf, and someone will fall in love with his length and playmaking ability. Mello Dotson, probably a 3rd-round player. Yeah. On my board, he's the top of the 4th. I have concerns about how fast he can really run.
Yep.
That's a concern.
Yep. And I think that comes down to, where did he go? Like, if you're a corner and you can do everything well, you're probably going to be a 1st-round pick because you can do everything well. You're just fluid in scheme and all that. But I think Mello, don't put him on this press man team because somebody going to run past him. Somebody going to run right by him. Right?
That's the truth. Yeah.
But if he just get to float around and just read the quarterback, he's such a smart football player. He anticipates these routes so well, Brian. And I think anybody that can find the ball in the air, that can read quarterback, that can snatch the ball out, I think that's a dude that's going to be all right in the league, Brian. So that's why I got him there. But now this kid that you got this 5th round grade on,
I do.
And I tell you what, Brian, you're not wrong because he got 5th round tape.
Yeah.
But Brian?
Yep.
What if he's a guard?
At 6'6", 336, right?
He tall. But what if he's a guard? What if he's a guard, Brian? He plays tackle like a guard. I think he gets into trouble when he's on that island out there by himself. When he starts to leaning and lunging around and falling all over the place, he doesn't have fluid feet. He'll jump and gallop out of his stance and end up leaning.
He hops. He tends to hop.
Brian, what if he's a guard though? What if he got guard feet? And I think he has some really good length also. You know what I mean?
Oh no, there's no question. I mean, the first line out of the book has the size and the length for the positions.
Sure.
Again, I said at times can be a little slow-footed, but manages to find ways to recover.
Sure.
I watched Tennessee and North Carolina were a couple of games I had.
Yes, sir.
And I thought he handled the edges at North Carolina. We've talked about North Carolina edges, but I thought he handled those edges better at North Carolina than he did Tennessee.
Tennessee's
got some guys. This kid's got a physical side to his game.
Sure.
He did a better job of bullying his opponents later in the year, that North Carolina game. When it came off the ball, he gets movement. He's especially good when it came to the angles where he can like seal off his guy, kind of wall him off. When he's asked to make blocks in space, and this is where I think you're starting to talk about some potential guard in him. I think there was some struggle for him to locate his man and then connect on those blocks. Yep. I think there were some problems with that. Where he's going to win more is with power than athletic ability. There's some snap when where he finishes well, and others where he ends up on the ground. I thought he could be a little bit more inconsistent when dealing with some of those speed rushers we talked about, and that might be to do some of the lack of the foot quickness. Yep. But he is a big man. He flashes some good and some poor to his game. I don't think this guy will be a starter initially, and that's why I put him in the 5th round. Sure. I think he's a backup at best with the inconsistencies that I was talking about. So I got him in the 5th round there, but I'm interested to see what you think about him.
Bryan, you think he has a little bit of Chuma Edoga to his game? Because not USC Chuma though. Chuma has a weird career arc, right? Because Chuma was athlete, good footed guy.
Yeah.
But he turned into a power bad feet guy.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think this Belton kid is a guard. I think he's a tall ass guard, Bryan. I don't think he gets kind of tall, but I think he gets tall when he's reaching and leaning for guys, right? I want to see what he looks like when he's quick setting, firing off the ball, or he's just working inside. Even from tackle, when he's blocking right, when he's down blocking, stepping right, he looks comfortable there because there's a 3-tech right there on his hip. But whenever he got to go out there on that island, Bryan Broaddus, that's when he starts
it's a problem. Yeah, it's a little bit of a problem. That's when he looks a
little weird. But I love his ability to move people a little bit. He has some power to him. Please go ahead.
He does have some power. I will reach out to my gang of 7. I think I got somebody in that area, that Atlantic Coast area that can maybe could square this guy up for sure. So yeah, I like I say the guard aspect of it though is interesting, but I wonder at 6'6", and I wonder because he does play a little high.
Yep.
He does play a little high. So I wonder if somebody's going to want him. But you're right. He gets movement. But, man, he needs to be more consistent doing it for sure.
For sure. And, look, Bryan, we're going to put it on a shirt one day, man. Make him run that damn shoot, make him bend his knees and put him on that board. He'll be all right, man. Teach him how to bend them knees and get down, man. You're not wrong. But he had a really good Senior Bowl from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of odd to see. But that's why we got to watch this film. Tennessee kicked his ass pretty bad.
Yeah, they did. And the speed gave him a problem.
Yeah.
Pierce and those guys they're problematic, right? And when we talk about Tennessee, Tennessee's a team that will rotate. South Carolina, all these SEC schools, if you play them, they rotate guys on you, and it makes it a very kind of a tough day.
Clemson was a little better for him. I had to watch that one too because
I
felt better about his Carolina game. I felt horrible about his Clemson. I said, cool, let me watch one more because Tennessee kid is like, cool, let me just watch those 3 or whatever. But he's a cool player. You're not wrong for having him in the 5th though, because I do think he has 5th round tackle tape.
Well, let me ask though if people are looking at him a guard. Let me ask if I'm like is at 6'6", 336. Are you thinking about him inside because of the feet?
Yeah.
Or you thinking about him playing outside at tackle?
Yeah. Man, Bryan, let me see. Let me get my little pen. Let me get ready to make some notes. You thought Jordan Phillips was going to be my favorite player, huh?
I thought Jordan Phillips would be on your list. I really, really did.
I tell you what, man, I got a chance to watch him live at the East West and give him a little commentary.
Oh, okay. All right.
I did a little bit
commentary.
of TV.
Give me some commentary on this lad then. Give me some commentary.
Oh, man, look at this kid, Jordan Phillips. He's a good-looking kid, man. They got him out of Maryland there. I'm not used to seeing Maryland defense guys. But I'll tell you what, though, Woolchuck, one thing I noticed, there's some good moving one-techs in this class, right? There's a lot of guys.
There you go.
A lot of size and a lot of good movement there. He's going to run these slants and these gaps. They got a little 2-on-2 drill right now. He's working with a partner, with a neighbor here. They're going to run this stunt there, Woolchuck. It's the offensive line's job to pick up. Man, Bryan, don't play with me, man. Come on, man. What you doing, man? But Bryan, Jordan Phillips is that. He's a good moving big man.
Yeah.
In this class, Bryan, what happened that became this trend of good moving big guys? There's so many of them in this class. And he's one of the better movers because he's like lateral quick moving big guy. He ain't just fast running.
Yeah. See, that's, man, you're playing right into my wheelhouse right now with this guy though, because I was going to ask you the question, now you don't have this guy. You do not, you have Collins in the third, right? From Texas.
I got Collins in the fourth round.
Okay. You got Collins in the fourth. God, I have him in the third. And I was thinking that maybe he was a fourth round player because I was trying to think if Phillips was better than Collins. And I got Collins in round 3, Phillips in round 4.
Yeah.
Do you have Phillips above Collins? You have Collins above Phillips.
I got Phillips above Collins right now in the fourth because I just thinking back on it, Collins is
you're right about that. You're right. You're absolutely right about that.
Collins is not put together just yet. He's a lot of traits.
Right.
Phillips, right. I at least know Phillips can go out there and pass rush right now. But Phillips got some of the same stuff going on that Norman Lott's going on, right? Like I am the pass rushing. Put him at 3-tech or whatever, right? I'm the pass rushing B-gap guy. I can get upfield. I work sideways, slants, gap exchanges. I got a pretty good swim move, a pretty good slap move.
Yeah.
But versus the run, I kind of get compromised a little bit. This is the interesting thing about Phillips. If Phillips gets hands on you first, he can be strong. He can be powerful. Yeah. But sometimes he'll miss with those hands and let guys get inside of him, and they'll drive him pretty good, Brian. So that's gonna come down to coaching for real. But he's just not a refined run game guy for me. But pass rusher, I think he can line up right now and go, spin move his way into some pressure.
Let me ask you this, and how familiar are with the game of Elam McNeil that plays for the Lions? You very familiar with his game, the defensive tackle? He came out of North Carolina State.
He was from NC State, by 340 pounds and moved really well. Really strong. Yeah. I know him.
I kind of was seeing some flashes of Elam McNeil when he was at North Carolina State. The Lions have him. So
if Phillips was that size and moved and moved
he's
like
320.
That,
he's 6'3", 320. And I you know what? I kind of felt like the quickness with this guy for the size was really good. He comes off the ball. I thought he got into the blocker. I thought he established control. His stance is weird. He's got really wide base.
Yep.
And usually when you're that wide base, you're not able to move.
Come off the ball really well, yeah.
And you get stuck on blocks and stuff.
Yeah.
But he can move. This guy can move. I mean, he lines up. You'll see him line up as a true nose.
Yeah.
I mean, he will play as that heavy on the center, and that makes a problem for some of these centers. Yep. Some of these centers just did not handle his ability to play that heavy. Sure. But I thought his hands and his feet, I thought they were good. The balance, the body control for the position, I didn't see him get knocked around or moved off his spot very much. He works to control the line of scrimmage. I think he's going to fight that down the line to avoid being reached or scooped. Man, he could drop it down. I mean, he could drop his body weight down and just kind of seal off things right there so you don't cut back on him. But the power, the strength, the stoutness, the pass rush ability, the grass doesn't die under this guy's feet.
Right.
He's got pass rush moves. He plays with power, I mentioned. He plays with quickness. He'll beat blockers. You said it with the spin move. Yeah. That's something you saw at the East-West game. You can watch Minnesota. You can watch Iowa. You can see him like spinning on those guys too. He's always on the move as a player. And so that's kind of where I think the quickness and the power and the movement are pretty impressive for this guy.
Sure.
And so to be honest with you, I thought I had him too low. I had him in that fourth round. And I'm thinking, this guy, because I do have him better than Collins from Texas.
Sure.
But I wonder if this guy, after what you saw and witnessed with your own eyes, seeing him live at the East-West game, are people going to see that size of a guy and how well he moves and gives you and he's going to be in the third round? Was he a fourth round player on college tape, and then all of a sudden now with a good East-West Shrine game, elevate himself into some third-round consideration.
That's exactly what it was. He is impressive in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if you watch Virginia and Illinois, those were some good games, and Iowa too. He beat the hell out of Iowa.
Beat up, sure did.
But there were just some plays here and there where he got pushed around further than what I liked. But in person, Brian, they had a hard time with him in person. Just me watching him at the bowl game, Shrine Bowl.
Yeah, he. I'll tell you what, man. Usually these guys that are that big now. Of course, the Michigan kids like Graham being really 320 pounds, they play on the offensive side of the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
But this kid, he can penetrate. He could be disrupted. The way he moves, the lateral. I mentioned how horizontally he can move.
Yeah.
Hell, I could say I might have him too low. I mean, in the 4th round,
put him up there in 3.
You're right. There's some plays where you're like going, come on, man.
Yep.
You got to be better here. You got to be better. There's some of those plays where you have to think about it that way.
If you like him, Brian, put him up there because look, when you run down these guys, you normally say 1 or 2 bad things about him. You ain't had nothing bad to say about Jordan Phillips. I'd
like to see, like, there were times like I had heard that there were some things with this kid where he didn't play hard all the time, and I didn't see that on tape. I didn't see that. And so I'm just like, okay, but I did like him better than Collins, the defensive tackle from Texas. Yeah. I clearly liked him better than that guy.
Okay. So you had these guys ranked. You had Phillips, Dotson, and then Belton.
Yeah, I've got Dotson in the 4th, which is a damn coward move, but here we are. Because I'm not sure that could be a 4-5-5 guy.
Yeah,
that could be, and I'm like, I mean, but man, the tape's good. Mm-hmm. The damn tape. The kid, he's got length. He's willing to tackle. He plays the ball in the air. He's a good zone player, as you've talked about. I think you painted a great picture of the kid. Mm-hmm. I put him in the 4th because I just don't know what he's going to run. I feel the same way about Alexander from LSU.
Sure.
Big, tall, long guy. How well does he really run?
Yeah.
Can I stick a guy like you watch Harrison from Kentucky and he might be you watch him at the Senior Bowl. He's got quickness. He's got speed.
Yeah.
Man, the 3rd round, he might be a 2nd-round player on people's boards.
Sure, maybe.
He might be an absolute 2nd-round player. And here I've got him in the 3rd. But I got Dotson in the 4th, Phillips in the 4th, and then Belton, the tackle, who might be. Put Belton at guard.
Okay. I do.
Tell me Milam, Zabel, Bow, Ratledge, and Jonah from Zona. Where does he fit with that crew?
Got you right now, Bryan Broaddus. So my interior offensive lineman right here, Booker's my first, then I got Milam, and then I got Jackson here. So then Jackson from Ohio State, cool. Then we got Ratledge from Georgia, Zabel from ND State, and I got Belton right here over Jonah from Arizona. Then way down here in the 5, we got the kid from USC, Monahan. Let me zoom.
Yeah, he's the center. He's the center.
Let me zoom.
Yeah, he's the center.
Zoom in so you can see a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, these are my guys right here. This is how I got them labeled out. So I got Belton around under Ratledge and Zabel, but I got him better than Jonah. I feel like Belton at least had some kind of power to his game.
Yeah.
I didn't think Jonah was all that powerful. I thought Jonah just kind of got in people's way and was just.
You think you had Jonah in the 5th round? Is that where you got him?
I got him in the 4th. I got Monahan in the 5th.
Yeah, Monahan is in the 5th. Yeah,
Monahan probably gonna be off the board soon, but respectfully, but
yeah. Okay, let me ask you this for your guards.
Okay.
Did you put Jackson from Ohio State at tackle or guard?
I got him right here. I got Donovan Jackson right here at guard. And honestly,
I'm sorry. I'm looking at my board. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my board while I'm looking at your. Okay.
Honestly, Brian, what I want to do right now, I'm just going to do this so you can see it. I might have Jackson over Milam because I got a chance to watch some of Jackson's.
I do. I absolutely do.
I got a chance to watch some of Jackson's later season work. Like some more film came in.
Playoff games, He
got so much better at tackle.
Yep,
Brian.
He did.
And
absolutely.
I can only imagine that's still going to translate well at guard if you have him there. So I got Donovan Jackson from Ohio State over Wyatt Milam. And Milam at the Senior Bowl really didn't do nothing.
No, and then again, my West Virginia contacts are like, oh, this guy's Zach Martin, and I'm like
2025 Zach Martin, not prime Zach Martin, yeah. But that's how I got him. That's how I got. And honestly, Brian, something else I want to do too. I got my guy from Purdue right here, right? I still got him at tackle, but I don't think anybody else have him at tackle. So I may have to evaluate him as a guard and then just kind of put him on my guard list. But I've been looking around; nobody has him as a tackle. So I might have.
No, I got him. I got him as a guard. Like I say, in the third, I got Milam, West Virginia. Zabel from North Dakota State, Bo, and Ratledge. Man, I can't warm up to Ratledge. I can't warm up to him like I need to. I just can't. I just he doesn't look athletic.
He's not
to me.
He's not.
He's
not. That's what it is. Hey man, good talk though. I would love for you to go and get your beignets and they give you a little cup of water to dip your fingers in. That ain't even the drink. That's tap water.
The chocolate milk with the beignets. I can't tell you how many times I was in college, like 40 years ago here at LSU.
Yeah.
And we'd have a night here in New Orleans, and it's 60, 70 miles back, and we used to drive back, and we probably shouldn't have driven back, but we did. I can't tell. I woke up the next day, I had beignet powder just like all over my shirt.
You sure that was beignet powder? You sure that wasn't some other powder?
This is not blow from the 1980s. You know what I'm saying, bro?
I asked a question.
You're asking questions, and you're a man with a camera and a microphone, so you can ask questions. But no, it was beignet powder because that was the last place we'd stop on the way home. And man, those beignets at like 3. I'll tell you another one that's a good one is the Lucky Dog.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't want to know what's in a Lucky Dog, but if you're on the street at 4 a.m, you'll appreciate a good Lucky Dog from those vendors and those carts. This is a great city, man. I mean, hell, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going.
There's a lot.
Always something going on. Yeah,
there is a lot, but I think, and I'm 32 years old. Just like I feel too old to be just walking around New Orleans at like 5 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to.
Yeah.
When I was at Southern Miss in Hattiesburg, New Orleans was like 2 hours away. So we'll just drive out there. So I'm 19, 20. I could be out all night at 19 and 20. I'm 32 now, Brian. And you probably like I'm 32. But I'm 32 now, Brian, and I got to get my rest. You feel me?
Yeah, I understand.
That's why
like I say,
do these shows early.
Yeah. I got you, man. I got you. Hey, tomorrow, like I said, I've got things I got to go to tomorrow night, but we're going to do a show during the day, right? We got a day show, 11 a.m. day show. We got questions. Is that what we're going to do tomorrow?
We have questions, Bryan Broaddus. So I'm going to put the bat signal out there.
Good.
Like I would have been doing for the draft show, but the draft show's canceled Thursday, whatever.
And I'll tell you what, let me first off, let me apologize to you. If I was working at DallasCowboys.com, I don't think we'd be canceling the draft show, but I don't work at DallasCowboys.com anymore. So it's Derek Eagleton, great boss, allows us to do some things. It hurts my soul when the draft show doesn't go on air. And I thought you and Kyle did a really good job on Tuesday. Yeah. I really, really did. And, but man, it's not very good. Can't cancel the draft show, but you and I are going to have to talk some draft. We're going to talk some draft.
We're going to have a damn draft show right here on YouTube in the morning. So I'm going to gather questions from you all, and we're going to meet here. And me and Bros are going to answer as many of them as we possibly can. So y'all be sure to drop them down in this and drop them down in whatever post I send to you, and we'll get it done. All right. VOCHLOMBARDI. We trying to get paid on Twitter. Tap in with me and BRYN Broaddus. I love that shirt, Brian. I haven't seen it before. Is it new?
Yeah, you got to give me your size because I got a hook for this poncho. It's a company out of Austin, Texas. And they got these pearl snap buttons, man. It's this really lightweight material. Summertime, big guy like you, you'll appreciate this. I'll let you pick a color or two, and I'll get you a shirt. How about that? You'll love it, man.
Big old Voch need light clothes, need thin clothes. Big old Voch.
Yeah, you need some thin clothes there. As Bill Parcells would say, you're doing with 2 biscuits shy of a defensive line position.
All right, y'all, we finna get up out of here for Bryan Broaddus. Get our show canceled tomorrow. We love y'all to peace, man. We'll catch y'all next time. Crown.